Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 6 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter multiply and divide decimals. The lessons we're going to cover today are estimate products of decimal numbers, multiply decimals, inequalities with decimal multiplication, divide decimals by whole numbers. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I am multiply and divide decimals. Hold on. Estimate products of decimal numbers. Let's just start with the lesson. Estimate the product, round each number to its greatest place value, then multiply. 94 times 10.06. 94 times 10.06. So 94 is rounded to 90 and 10.06 is rounded to 10. So 90 times 10 it is. So 90 times 10 is 900. That is 90 times 110 is 900. Let's just start with the test questions. Seventy-eight times 10.5. So 78 is rounded to 80 and 10.5 is rounded to 10. 80 times 10 is 800. Option number 2 is the correct option. 800 it is. Estimate the product around each number to its greatest value and then multiply. That is 3,847 is rounded to 4,000, right? That is 8, right? After the 3, we have 8. 8 is greater than 5, so it would be rounded to 4,000. And 5.42 is rounded to 5. So 5 times 4 is 20 and 20,000 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option, 20,000 it is. Estimate the product 10.27 times 8,566. 10.27 is rounded to 10 and 8,566 is rounded to 9,000. So 9,000 times 10 is 90,000. The correct option is 90,000. Option number 1 is the correct option. Eight 8.59 times 29. 8.59 is rounded to 9 and 29 is rounded to 30. That is 3 times 9 is 27. 278 is option number 3 is the correct option. 10.9 times 70. So which is the correct option? .9 times 70. 10.9 is rounded to 10 and 70. We have 10 times 70 is 700. Option number 1 is the correct option. 700 it is. 9.957 times 59. 9.9 is rounded to 10 and 59 is rounded to 60. That is 600. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is multiply decimals. So let's just start with the next lesson, that is multiply decimals. Two point eight times 9.7. Basically, we need to multiply them without decimal point like we do the long division method. Let's just start with the first example. 8.6 times 3.8. So let's just learn one thing first. So 8.6 has one decimal place and 3.8 has one decimal place. Answer must have two decimal places, right? So now let's just multiply them without decimal point. I'm doing long division method. You guys already know how to do the long division, right? 8 times 6 is 48, 8, 4 carry. 8 times 8 is 64, 65, 66, 7, 68 it is. 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 8 is 24 and 125. Now let's just add 8. 8 plus 8 is 16, 6, 1 carry. 6 and 1, 7 and 5, 12, 2, 1 carry and 2 plus 1 is 3. So you need to add two decimal places, move decimal point from here to here. That would be 32.68. That is the easiest way to multiply. That is 32.68. Option number 3 is the correct option. Zero point 0.3 times 8.6. So both the numbers have one decimal place. So answer must have two decimal place. So 86 times 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Write 8 and carry 1. 3 times 8 is 24 and 125. So just add two decimal places. It would be 2 times 2.58. That is 2.58. Option number 1 is the correct option. Two point eight times 9.7. So both the numbers have one decimal place, so answer must have two decimal places. That is 28 times 97. 7 times 8 is 56. Write 6 and carry 5. 7 times 2 is 14 and 5 19. 9 times 8 is 72. Write 2 and carry 7. 9 times 2 is 18 and 7. 25. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9, 10, 11. Write 1 and carry 1. 5, 6, 7 and 2. That is 27.16. That is 27.16. Option number 2 is the correct option. For 4.5 times 6.5. That is 45 times 65. 5 times 5 is 25. Write 5 and carry 2. 5 times 4 is 20 and 2 22. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 4 is 24 and 27. That is 5, 2, 9 and 2. That is 29.25. That is 29.25. Option number 2 is the correct option. One point four times 0.6, which is the correct option. That is 0.84. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Inequalities with decimal multiplication. Which sign makes the statement true? 0.8 times 7. 0.8 times 7 is 5.6. So 5.6 is greater than 4.5. Let's just start with the test questions. Eighteen, and you need to compare it to 5 times 4.0. 5 times 4.0 is 20. So 18 is less than 20. Less it is. Option number 1 is the correct option. Less it is. Which sign makes the statement true? 17. 0.8 times 14.1. So 14.1 times 8. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 1 is 8. 9, 10, 11. That is 11.2. So 17 is greater than 11. 17 is greater than 11.28. So 11 it is. L- 17 is, oh, 17 times 0.8 it is. Sorry. So that would be then less than 14.1. 7, you need to compare it to 3.2.1. So that is 7 is greater than 6.3. Greater it is, option number 2 is the correct option. Two times 8.8 and you have to compare it to 15. So 2 times 8 is 16. Then that means 16 is 2 times 8.8 is greater than 15. Five times 0.8 is 4, so 4 is equal to 4. Which sign makes the statement true? 14. Just look at the whole numbers. 3 times 5 is 15. So 14.0 is less than 5.8 times 3. Ten point one, 8 times 1.3. . 10.1 is greater than 10 times 8.3. Okay, less it is. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Let me just move on to next lesson. 2.7 times 3, you need to compare it to 7. 2.7 times 3 is greater than 7, greater it is. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is divide decimals by whole numbers. Let's just divide with the test questions. Six hundred 651.6 over 4. 650.6 divided by 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring 5 down. 6 times 6 is 24. You need to bring 1 down. 4 times 2 is 8. We have to decimal point over here and 6. 4 times 9 is 36. That is 162.9. Option number 1 is the correct option. 162.9. Sixty-one point eight divided by 4. 4 times 1 is 4. Bring next digit down. 4 times 5 is 20. Put a decimal point over here and bring 8 down. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 7 is 28. That is 15.47. Option number 3 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. We'll cover this lesson in the next session, right? So, we were working on grade 6 math. Chapter we were working on is multiply and divide decimals. The lessons we have covered today are estimate products of decimal numbers, multiply decimals, inequalities with decimal multiplication. Divide decimals by whole numbers. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. Lessons, you can simply click on chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today.